For years, Ben Shephard has been the symbol of warmth, steadiness, and effortless charm on British television. Whether he was waking up the nation on Good Morning Britain, hosting Tipping Point, or sharing a quiet laugh with viewers at home, Ben always appeared in complete control, the friendly face who brought light into the living rooms of millions. Beside him, always, was his wife, Annie Shephard, graceful, intelligent, and deeply grounded. Together, they looked like a couple untouched by the chaos of public life. But recently, something shifted, and it began slowly, almost quietly, before deepening into something impossible to ignore. Close friends say they noticed Ben withdrawing from work commitments. Long-planned appearances were postponed, filming days rearranged, and those who know him well noticed a heaviness he could no longer hide. At first, many assumed it was exhaustion, but the truth, as it turns out, was far more serious. After weeks of increasing concern, Ben underwent a series of medical examinations, and that's when the news came, the kind no family ever wants to hear. The specifics remain private, but what has been shared paints a stark picture, a diagnosis requiring immediate, focused, and unwavering medical attention. Doctors urged him to step back entirely from his demanding schedule. The pace of TV life, the early mornings, the long filming days, the mental and emotional intensity, all of it had to stop, and stop now. Those present described the atmosphere as still, heavy, suffocating. Ben, usually so composed, tried to remain calm, but his eyes, witnesses say, revealed the truth, worry not for himself, but for the people he loves most, Annie and their sons. Annie Shephard, known for her quiet strength and fierce loyalty, held herself together in the doctor's office. But once the reality sunk in, the emotional weight was overwhelming. Anyone who has seen Ben and Annie together knows their bond runs deep. She has always been his anchor, the steady force behind his kindness, focus, and success. This wasn't just medical news, it was a shockwave that touched every part of their life. After long discussions with doctors, specialists, and family, Annie made a decision she never imagined having to make so soon. She chose to step away from many of her own commitments to dedicate herself fully to Ben's care. Friends say the decision didn't come with hesitation. To Annie, it wasn't a sacrifice, it was love in its truest form. Ben needed someone by his side every moment, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and she wasn't going to let him face a single step alone. The Shephards have now retreated into the privacy of their home, far from TV studios and press obligations. Their once busy calendar has been replaced with something quieter, gentler, a sanctuary focused on healing. Those close to the family say Annie rarely leaves his side. She has reorganized her entire world around Ben's care, balancing hope with realism, strength with vulnerability. She carries the emotional burden that no partner wants to face, the fear of the unknown. Yet through the difficulty, their marriage has grown even stronger. Friends say Ben often becomes emotional when speaking about her. He feels grateful, humbled, overwhelmed by her devotion. And even on the hardest days, Annie reminds him of the same promise she made years ago, that they would walk through every chapter of life together, hand in hand, no matter what. As messages of support pour in from colleagues and friends, one thing has become clear. Behind the cameras and spotlight, Ben Shephard is living a deeply human, deeply emotional chapter that reminds all of us that love, real love, is what carries us through life's hardest storms. Thank you for watching. Please send your warm thoughts and prayers to Ben, Annie, and their family during this challenging time. And make sure you subscribe for updates as this story continues to unfold.